Ready for another deep dive?
Always. What are we exploring today?
Well, today we're looking at some fascinating ideas from Bashar.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so this is from a YouTube video from 2025
Okay.
where Daryl Anka is channeling Bashar, and that being supposedly from Sirius.
Right, right.
And in the video, people in the audience get to ask all sorts of questions
Oh, cool.
about life and the universe and everything.
I mean, who wouldn't want to ask Bashar a question or two?
Exactly. It's like having a cosmic advice columnist.
I like that cosmic advice columnist.
Right. So channeling itself, I mean,
Yeah.
it's this really interesting thing we see in different spiritual traditions where someone acts as like a conduit
Mm-hmm.
for a non-physical entity to communicate.
Yeah.
It definitely sparks a lot of debate and different perspectives.
Oh, for sure. I mean, some people are totally on board and others are very, very skeptical.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it so interesting, though, right?
Absolutely. It's this intersection of spirituality and consciousness and communication.
Right. And in this particular session from 2025,
Yeah.
we see people asking about all sorts of things like NESARA.
Sarah.
Yeah, the National Economic Security and Reformation Act.
Right, right.
Which some believe will completely revolutionize the economic system.
Like a total reset.
Yeah, exactly. And then others were asking for more personal guidance.
Yeah.
Like how to boost their self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, what really grabbed my attention was Bashar's take on confidence.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
Okay, so imagine this. Bashar basically says that we're all already confident.
Wait, what? I thought the whole point was to, like, gain confidence.
Right. It seems kind of counterintuitive, but
Yeah.
Bashar suggests that we might be confident in the wrong things.
I'm intrigued.
So they use this analogy from The Wizard of Oz.
Okay, I love that movie.
Right. Who doesn't? So you remember the Cowardly Lion?
Of course, yeah.
He spends the whole movie thinking he lacks courage.
Right. Always like, I'm a coward. I'm a coward.
Exactly. But if you actually look at his actions throughout the story,
Yeah.
he's incredibly brave.
He's facing all these challenges.
Exactly. He's like confronting witches and saving his friends,
Yeah, you're right.
but he just can't see it himself.
It's so focused on what he thinks he lacks.
Exactly. So Bashar is suggesting that we might be doing the same thing.
Like we're confident in our own limitations.
Yeah. Like we're flexing our confidence muscles in the wrong areas.
I've never thought of it that way.
It's a total mind shift, right? And psychologists actually have a term for this.
Oh, really?
They call it self-efficacy,
Self-efficacy.
which is basically the belief in your own ability to succeed.
Oh, wait, so Bashar is saying that maybe we have self-efficacy, but it's directed at the wrong thing.
Exactly. Think about someone who's convinced they're going to fail a test.
Oh, yeah.
They might not study as hard.
Right. Avoid asking for help.
Yeah, like they're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Because they're so confident in their inability to pass.
Exactly. It's like they're unknowingly sabotaging themselves.
Wow. That's a powerful way to look at it.
So it makes you wonder, right?
Yeah.
What if we could shift that confidence
To something positive.
to something empowering?
I mean, that could change everything.
Right. And this whole idea of like hidden potential, it actually ties into another question from the audience about ancient civilizations.
Oh, yeah.
Like, who doesn't love a good ancient civilization mystery?
Always a good topic.
Right. So Bashar offers some pretty interesting hints about
Yeah.
the purpose behind those incredible geometric structures we find all over the world.
You mean like the pyramids and Stonehenge and all that?
Like all those geometrically aligned structures,
Right.
Bashar is suggesting that they weren't just pretty passions.
Okay.
Like they had a much deeper purpose.
Interesting.
Yeah, they might have been used for communication across vast distances.
Really?
Or recording major events.
Wow.
Or even as tools to shift realities.
Whoa. Okay, now that's getting pretty out there.
It is, but it's also incredibly intriguing.
It is. It suggests a whole other level of sophistication.
Exactly. And it really makes you think about how much we don't know.
About these ancient cultures.
It's
I mean, we're always making new discoveries.
right. And Bashar even suggests that everything exists in the here and now.
Wait, so you're saying those ancient civilizations, they weren't lost in the past?
It's just a matter of vibrational alignment to access it.
Okay, hold on. I need to wrap my head around this.
A lot to take in, right? But Bashar even suggests that we could communicate
With them.
with our past selves in these civilizations
Oh?
through meditation.
Whoa.
Now that's where things start to get really interesting.
It definitely pushes the boundaries of what we typically think of as possible.
Right. But isn't that what makes exploring these ideas so exciting?
Absolutely. It opens up a whole new realm of possibilities.
And that's what I find so captivating about Bashar's messages.
What's that?
They encourage us to question our assumptions about reality and,
Yeah.
explore new possibilities. And speaking of new possibilities, things are about to get even wilder as we dive into what Bashar has to say about extraterrestrial hybrids.
Okay, now we're talking. This is what I've been waiting for.
Are you ready for this?
I'm all ears?
Okay, so remember that question from the audience about hybrid children?
Yeah, the one who felt connected to them but didn't have any memories of like abductions or anything like that.
Exactly. It was a really interesting question, and Bashar's response kind of shifted the perspective a bit.
Oh, how so?
Well, they suggested that not everyone has a direct genetic connection to these hybrid children,
Okay.
but some people might be playing more of a role as like teachers or mentors.
Interesting. So, like helping them acclimate to Earth and our social structures.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like we could be guides for these hybrid children without even realizing it.
That's a pretty wild thought. It really points to a deeper level of connection.
Right. It's not just about genetics or physical encounters.
It's more about consciousness and energy, maybe even fulfilling specific roles in like a bigger cosmic plan.
This whole conversation really stretches the imagination, and it actually brings us back to another question from the audience about Nestra.
Oh, yeah, Nessera.
Yeah, lots of people believe it's going to bring about this financial utopia.
No, ending poverty and ushering in an era of abundance.
Exactly. So naturally, someone asked Bashar about it.
And what did they say?
Well, Bashar was a bit cryptic on that one. They hinted that Nestra itself isn't the key, but suggested that multiple new systems will emerge and ultimately lead to a few that are completely different from anything we have today.
So not a direct confirmation or denial.
Right, more like an acknowledgement that significant change is coming.
Which, I mean, makes sense when you look at what's happening in the world today, right?
Totally. The economic challenges, climate change, rapid technological advancements. It does feel like something has to shift.
I think so. And regardless of whether Nesser specifically is the answer, Bashar's message seems to point towards a need for evolution
In our economic systems,
and a reevaluation of our values.
definitely. And speaking of evolution,
Back to the hybrids.
you got it. Bashar actually claimed that Earth is on track to become
Wait, let me guess.
the sixth hybrid civilization
Whoa.
in about 1,000 years.
1,000 years? That's both a long time and not that long.
It's all relative, right? They also mentioned that hybrid children are already visiting Earth,
But not living here yet.
right? And then they talked about these silver hybrids.
Silver hybrids?
Yeah, beings who exist beyond our current perception.
Okay, now that's getting really abstract.
I know, it's a hard concept to wrap your head around.
Yeah.
But Bashar suggested that the vibration of silver on Earth can act as like a connecting permission slip,
A permission slip, I love that.
right? It's like a key that unlocks a new way of understanding.
So you're saying we could use familiar things like colors or elements to access different levels of reality or consciousness?
It's a fascinating thought, right? And if Bashar is right about Earth becoming a hybrid civilization,
It really challenges our understanding of what it means to be human.
like, will we even be recognizable as humans anymore?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right. And honestly, I'm not sure we need all the answers right now.
Maybe the journey is more important than the destination.
Exactly. Like maybe exploring these possibilities, expanding our understanding of what's possible is more important than having a definitive roadmap.
I like that. It's about staying curious and open-minded.
And as we continue this deep dive into Bashar's message, let's keep that sense of curiosity alive. It's interesting, as we've been going through these messages from Bashar,
Yeah.
I keep noticing how they use language.
Oh, yeah. How so?
It's playful and engaging,
Mm-hmm.
but also really precise.
That's true. Like they choose their words carefully.
Exactly, and those metaphors they use like permission slips.
I know, right?
It's a unique way to present these complex ideas.
It makes them more memorable, for sure.
And in this video, someone in the audience actually asked about
Yeah.
how to explore their connection to ancient civilizations.
Oh.
It's how to actually access those memories.
Mm-hmm.
And Bashar's response was so simple but profound.
What did they say?
Following your excitement.
Follow your excitement.
Yeah, like act on whatever sparks your interest.
Even if it doesn't seem directly related.
Exactly. It's like that excitement is a compass.
Guiding you towards the information you need.
Yeah. And Bashar emphasized that it's not just about
Yeah.
passively absorbing information.
Right.
It's about taking action.
Putting that excitement into motion.
Exactly. Whether it's through research or experimentation or connecting with others.
Who share your interests.
Yeah. It's about actively participating in your own growth and discovery.
I love that.
And remember that mind-blowing concept Bashar talked about earlier?
About.
The idea that everything exists in the here and now?
Oh, right. Yeah.
It suggests those ancient civilizations aren't lost in the past.
They're just vibrating at a different frequency.
Exactly. A different reality that we could potentially access.
It's almost too incredible to grasp.
Right. Imagine being able to tap into the knowledge and energy of all those different versions of ourselves.
It really challenges the limitations of linear time.
It does. And speaking of expanding our awareness,
Yeah.
Bashar also mentioned this thing called the psychomantium
The psychomantium.
as a tool for connecting with other realities and even communicating with spirits.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that one. What is it?
So it's basically a dimly lit room with a mirror,
Okay.
and you sit in a way that you can't see your reflection.
Interesting.
And by focusing your intention and entering a meditative state,
You can.
you can potentially open yourself up to communication with other beings,
Other beings.
even other versions of yourself.
Whoa. Okay, that sounds pretty intense.
It does, right? Have you ever tried anything like that?
I haven't personally used the Psychomantium,
Okay.
but I have explored other forms of meditation and visualization
Oh, cool.
that aim to kind of expand perception and connect with different realms of consciousness.
It's fascinating how these practices, even the ones that seem a bit out there,
Yeah.
can potentially help us tap into something greater than ourselves.
It's like we have these innate abilities that we're just beginning to explore.
Yeah, and as we wrap up this deep dive into the Shar's messages,
Yeah,
I'm left with this sense of possibility
me too.
and a renewed appreciation for the power of our own curiosity and intuition.
Absolutely. Like Bashar is reminding us to approach life with a sense of playfulness,
Mm-hmm.
embrace the unknown, and trust that inner voice that guides us.
Towards what excites us.
Exactly, because ultimately that's how we grow and evolve.
And maybe even contribute to that incredible transformation Bashar envisions for humanity.
Well said. If this deep dive has sparked your curiosity,
Definitely check out the full YouTube video.
delve into the concepts of Nexera.
Explore ancient civilizations channeling.
Even try the Psychomantium if you're feeling adventurous.
Whatever resonates with you, follow that thread of excitement and see where it leads.
Because the journey of discovery is never ending.
And the answers we seek are often closer than we think.
Waiting to be uncovered within ourselves.
So trust your intuitions, embrace the unknown, and let your imagination soar.
Until next time.